World Series. This was a San Diego team that knew they accomplished something for 1984.
No, we're not ashamed. I don't think we really played up to our capabilities. They took us out the ball game early, and it took us away from our ball game. But they was a great team, and they just went out and beat us. And you got to give those guys some credit. They played some great ball, and that's the only way they beat us was to play some great ball.
Detroit played better in the series. They deserved to win. But we've had a great season this year, and we're not going to walk out of here with our heads down. We found a way to win. We won the division. Things didn't look too good in the playoffs, but we came back and won it. We just didn't play well in the World Series, but overall, it's been a great season for us.
Looking at everybody here, nobody got their head down. We battled back, like against Chicago, and we're just proud to be here in the World Series. And I thought we had a lot of fun and something we can do about it.
I'm very satisfied. I only wish we could have at least got the series back to San Diego, but things didn't work out that way. But I'm very satisfied with the season that we had.
A lot of people always want to be champions, and we were National League champs, so we got the monkey off our back for good, off the Padre organization, and I think that we made giant strides this year, and I'm proud of what we did. I'm proud of my teammates.
Any coverage of the World Series usually deals with baseball. But when you talk about the 1980s, you talk about how that baseball game is projected, how it's covered by whichever network is covering the particular World Series. This year, it's NBC, and that means it is the 34th World Series for Harry Coyle.
Baseball definitely is an action sport for the public. In other words, and I think, I'm not saying there's not purists in other sports, but baseball is the American sport, and there's great purists. And basically, the American public is interested in the action in baseball. And we strive primarily to give them every bit of action.
For Coyle, baseball presents both the ultimate challenge and the ultimate reward as a director. He has to approach the game just like Dick Williams and Sparky Anderson.
A director has to approach the game as a manager. In other words, I don't worry when a man gets up to the plate what his batting average is. We've got statisticians for that. The biggest thing I have to worry about is what Joe Graggiola and Vince talk about, a strategy. Is the runner on first going to run? Is it going to be a hit and run? What do you think it's going to be, a bunt? I mean, all those things are going to be a pitch out. That's what you really have to look into.
Harry, he's something else to work with, isn't he? What makes him special when it comes to baseball?
Number one, how many years he's been doing it. There's nothing like the experience of having been there over and over again. We've worked, refined his book, which I argue with him a lot of times, and we keep changing it, and he updates it. We've changed some things this year on the basis of how some of the things happened in the past, trying to cover all the different holes, all the places that you can have a mistake in a baseball game.
Harry is the unique person who's a legend in his own time. And I mean, he's been there from when it was one camera baseball all the way now to 16 cameras. And for me to be able to watch him and learn from him and work alongside of him is just, it's a great thrill as well as an incredible enriching experience.
In the 1980s, the definition of action in the televising of sports usually means more gadgets. For instance, in 1984, it's been the battle of the ABC Super Slow-Mo and the NBC Super Duper Slow-Mo. Coyle says, though, the NBC approach in this World Series has been keynoted by the word moderation.
We feel that, hey, just put the equipment on the air, let the people know it's new equipment, but if we start bragging about everything we got, I mean, half the show will be bragging and less will be information.
In a day and age when the byline for baseball, and for that matter sports coverage, is usually gadgetry, very often it is the human element that makes the difference between winning and losing as a baseball broadcaster. And that's one thing that Harry Coyle will always have on his side. At the World Series, George Grand, ESPN.
USFA football makes headlines with a live Big 8 battle. Barry Switzer's Oklahoma Sooners, led by quarterback Danny Bradley and running back Steve Sewell, are ready to roll over any Iowa State Cyclone in their path. See the showdown live Saturday, exclusively on ESPN.
Next, listen in on a Denver Broncos strategy session. Find out what it'll take for them to beat the Packers in NFL's Monday